Unmute.
All right, we are recording. Happy Wednesday, team. I hope you are all doing well. I'm excited about tonight's call because today we're going to be talking about the power of vision. And vision is kind of like our hopes and our dreams and our roadmap to where we want to go, right? It's kind of like goals written down on paper when we write out the vision, but when we have it in our minds, I, for one, know that I want to just feel it with all my senses. And when I am absolutely like meditating, I am all in it. I am in it with my senses. Like I envision what it is to get a phone call regarding, hitting a milestone. And then I try to say, okay, if I can envision it with my eyes, can I hear the words that I achieved? And then I think about touching, whatever it is that I want to achieve. I think of tangible ways that I could literally touch that goal. And I even thought today when I was meditating about hitting a certain goal in this business about what it would be to actually taste celebrating food, because I actually, achieved the goal. And then I even thought, okay, what other sense do I have left? And I'm like, my smell. And I'm like, yes, I can smell my tears rolling down my face. And you may think, whoa, that's deep. But when you want to create the life that you dream of, and you use all your senses, your smell, your vision, your hearing, your everything, you've got to really like go all in. And when you go all in and you can taste it that badly, it's almost like if the universe aligns all your goals, right? All your goals for you to just, take the action you need for you to achieve it. And that is what I want to bring to you today, the power of vision. So if this is new to you, if this sounds weird to you, bear with me. A lot of the books that I've read talk about how your vision is basically the life that you want to create. And as a matter of fact, I have one of the books here that I've been reading um, every day. It's called The Power. The Power is a book that was written after The Secret. The Secret is all about envisioning and attracting your life. And then The Power is all about feeling, feeling all the things that you're going to feel when you achieve the things you want to achieve, when you create that life. So, like right now, Stacy sold her house today, and Stacy is in search of her new home. And I remember that when I bought my dream home, I remember when I walked into this house, I would envision me washing the dishes in my sink down there in my other house, but envisioning the like the view that I have now. And I remember washing the dishes and saying, okay, I can feel the water running through my hands because of this book. And I could hear the water running and the kids playing with that view because I could see my backyard, and I could taste me like snacking on things me while I was washing the dishes. And I can just smell the onions cooking in that kitchen. Like, you got to be all in, all in. So if you want a book that talks about that, The Power, I highly recommend it. But today we're going to talk about actually putting pen to paper on vision. So let's get started. I hope you have your workbook. I hope you printed it out. And the very first page is the power of vision. I'm going to share my screen in case if you did not print it out so that we can just kind of tag along. But today it's about the power of vision workshop. And so Stacy and I decided to do this because her and I actually did this in the beginning of the year. Because the beautiful thing about being involved with Beachbody is that so many top coaches share what they do to help them succeed. And so the Rise Up Planner was a planner that was highly recommended by our actual top coach in the network right now, Moira Kusaba. She's the one that designed it, and I've been using this planner for 2 years. And at the very, very beginning of the planner, she basically makes you do the vision exercise that we're going to do today because she is the queen of vision. She actually was a guest speaker in the retreat that Stacy and I just came back from early March. And she basically talked about how to create a vision. And so Stacy and I set up a Saturday and we opened up our planners and we wrote down all the things that we wanted to write down regarding our vision. And I remember that the day that her and I wrote out our vision, I remember that we shared intimate details that we had never shared before with one another. And there was tears, but we did it, guys. Don't think that we're preaching and we're not taking action ourselves. Don't think that we don't go through this stuff and we just impose it on you. When we share things with you, it's because they're powerful, they work for us, and we want the same for you. So, with that being said, we are here to just basically tell you that this is by far one of our favorite topics to explore with everyone because it is life changing. I remember Moira said that she reads her vision every single day. And in the last 7 years, she has seen her life exactly come to fruition based on what she has written in her vision. It unfolds right in front of you. And this workbook is meant as a resource and a tool so that you can always go back to it, refer to it constantly. She talks about reading it daily. So this should be on your desk every single day or on your kitchen table, but wherever it is that you have it, know that this is for you to get raw and dream big and go deep. Don't keep it surface level and really think about what you're going to write. And tonight we're going to give you that time to do this. And even if you don't want to be a Beachbody coach, let's say tomorrow you're like, you know what, I realize this is not for me. This is still a powerful tool for you to put in every area of your life. Gosh, we hope you want to dream big with us and stay and unite with us and link arms and create this amazing community, right, in this business. But if you don't, this works in all areas of your life. It gives you clarity. Like I said, it gives you alignment. You know, we are constantly hearing that entrepreneurs do this, and this is basically for you to establish the life that you want. Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. We all know, we've heard before, that our thoughts create our life, and that's what this is. What we think about, we're going to put on paper, and then we're going to go ahead and read it every day. So we're going to start off with a contrast and clarity exercise. Let me bring it a little bit closer so we can see. And basically, this contrast and clarity exercise was really cool for Stacy and I. We kind of helped each other out. So if you need help with the wording, Stacy has a grand gift of articulating you know, things that I like want to express, and then I'm like, Stace, how do I say this? She has such a beautiful gift to talk and to articulate. I am very good about writing, but it was funny how we were kind of like closing each other's sentences when we did this. So feel free to use the chat, guys. We want this to be super interactive. But what we want to do at the very, very beginning and core of this is I want you to just for a few minutes, I'm going to play some music. And before we write down anything, I want you to close your eyes. And please do not feel like if you're going to be judged. No one is here to look at you with your eyes closed. If you want to just sit back and relax, put your hands over your heart, or just sit there and look out into space. But I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And I'm going to invite you to just envision what you feel is going to truly fulfill you on the everyday basis. Look, I already could start crying because it's so deep what I already see and want for my life. It's so deep, the why and why I do this business. It's so deep of the mom that I want to be. It's so powerful of the wife that I choose to show up like every single day. It's so powerful that my purpose in this business and you all help me wake up in the morning and jump out of bed. Believe it or not, it's purpose that I have found. And I want you to dream right now. Dream really big. Don't limit yourself. What fulfills you? What is it that you want to create in your life? What do you want to dream of? What do you want to see come to fruition? You have everything you need to make that happen right inside of you. You just have to remove all limitations. Remove all fears. It doesn't matter what people think of you. This is your life. This is one life that you have been given. And we should be honored that we have a safe space where we could come and just be. Just be. In the good, in the bad, with our faults and our flaws. We're not here to judge anyone. On the contrary, we want to encourage and uplift and give each other wings and believe and breathe belief into one another. And all we truly want is for you to pay it forward. Because that's what life should be about. That's what our mission should be. That's what our vocation should be. It's about loving other women and letting them know that they too can. So take a minute and just envision what you want to wake up to every day, what you want your day to look like. What is it that you're chasing? What joy do you want to just enrich your life with? What experiences do you want to have? How much income do you want to make because that gives you opportunity? Where do you want to travel? Who do you want to meet? Who do you want to touch? Who do you want to do life with? Who do you want to sit beside? Who do you want to break bread with? What type of woman do you want to become? So I invite you to just open your mind, open your heart, and allow that the work that's going to be done tonight to just let it be your flow and your roadmap and be in harmony and in alignment with your vision. And I promise that you will be elevated and leveled up in a way that you never thought you could, but you will. I know because I've seen it in myself. And you will attract those people that are meant to do life with you. You will attract your team and your tribe, but you've got to be focused on your vision and not be afraid of taking action. Not be afraid of inviting that woman that is suffering in the dark, that needs us, that needs our light and our hope and our voice and our encouraging words and permission to show up for herself. We have that power. We have that gift. Don't allow what other people's opinions are stop you from making an invitation and posting on social media that you're just showing up to self-care and to be that hope for others and that inspiration. So tonight, I ask that you take a few minutes and write down right now in the contrast statements all the things that you don't want in your life anymore. All the things you want to remove, all the things that limit you. Just let your pen flow. And I'll give you a few minutes and we will come back and then turn those contrast limitations, limiting beliefs, and we're going to allow them to become clarity statements. So take a few minutes and just let your pen flow. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and try to turn those contrast statements into clarity statements. Clarity statements are the complete opposite of the contrast statements, right? So when I remember doing this exercise with Stacy, and I couldn't find exactly the words that I wanted, I would just tell her, how would you word this? What does this mean to you? And she would give me the opposite of that. And that's how I turned it into a clarity statement, my contrast. So for example, I remember in January, one of my contrast statements was, I don't like the weight that I'm at right now. And so my clarity statement was, I am in the best shape of my life. Completely the opposite. I didn't like where I was at in my weight. So the opposite, and what I want to say every day and what I want to affirm every day, what I want to claim every day is, I am in the best shape of my life. I didn't even use the word weight, because weight is just a number. It doesn't define my hard work by showing up every day in my nutritional habits and in my exercise routine. So I turned the contrast into a clarity affirmation. So one of my new clarity statements was that I say to myself every day, and I write it down every single day in my journal. Every single day I write down my 10 affirmations, and every day one of them is, I am in the best shape of my life. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to experience turning that contrast, that limiting belief, what we don't like in our lives, and we're going to turn it around to the opposite, and we're going to turn it into something that we desire, that we want to live out every day, and we want to claim and affirm as already done, as already our own. So if you are in financial debt, turn it around and say, I am financially free. If right now, you make no income and you want to become a six-figure earner, turn it around and say, I am a six-figure earner. So let's take a few minutes, allow your pen to flow on your paper, and turn your contrast into the clarity statements that you want to read out every single day. All right. Hopefully you girls have moved on or not moved on, but have finished so we can move on. This is a great time for you to really just say, okay, I know right now what it is that I don't want in my life or I don't like. And I am now going to change and start speaking positive clarity affirmations to turn these contrast limiting beliefs into desires um, of our own desires that we want for our life. So, what is our vision exactly? Our vision is our destination. It's ultimately what we want to create and who we want to become. And it starts out with goals. We talk so much about goals from very early on. I remember learning about goals in school, and then I kind of deviated and I really didn't like write down any goals with my past job. Goals were not a thing. And it wasn't until I got into Beachbody that goals was something that was constantly discussed. And what I've learned and I have found is that the goals that are aligned with our vision are just the steps that get us closer to making that vision come true, right? So if we continuously are focused on the goals with the destination in mind, then we really are working towards our dream life, because our vision should be our dreams that we want to make a reality. So I want you to think of your vision as the end goal. For me, like vision has to do with legacy. What is the legacy that I want to leave? What kind of mom do I want to be? Like I spoke earlier, what kind of wife do I want to show up as every day? That to me, like set has legacy written all over it. What kind of friend do I want to be? What kind of neighbor? How do I want to contribute to my community and my church? And how can I give back to the world, right? So we want our vision to have so much meaning. And with that, we should be thinking about, well, what are the goals that are going to get us closer to that vision? And how do we, stay in alignment with those meaningful, actionable steps that we need to take? Are we moving in the right direction every single day? So now that you've identified your contrast and clarity statements, you should have more or less a better idea of where you want this vision to really, really like stand out to you. And so, what I want to do next is as you wake up in the mornings from now on, every week, every month, set small goals and double check that they're in alignment with your vision. So, to get started, before I give you 15 minutes to draft out your vision, and it is going to be messy, and I want you to scratch things off, and I want all your thoughts on paper because that's how you can manifest your ultimate vision. I want you to think about for 1 minute, if you had all the money and all the time in the world, what would your life look like in just a year, two, maybe three? Think about that for a minute. If you had all the money in the world and all the time, what would your life look like? What type of freedom would you experience? And I don't want you to play small. I don't want you to put any limitations on this big life. I want you to think really, really big. And I want you to take your time and really, hone in on your thoughts. What's coming to your mind? Is it coming from your heart? And I don't want you to, pause and think I'm done. I want you to allow yourself to sit still right now. I'm gifting you with this time of zero distractions. Put your phone away. Completely don't look at it. Turn off the notifications or put it on vibrate. And I want you to gift yourself with 15 minutes of no rush, just you and your thoughts, sitting still, and allow yourself to just really dream big, allowing your pen to just flow. You know, all those things that you've wanted to do, that you say you want to do, that's what you should go do. And so I want you to skip over to page 9 where it says my vision, and it's time to write out your vision. And I want you to be very detailed. The more detailed you are, the better. There is no wrong or right. No one is here to judge you. Just simply let it all out. And what I'm going to do is within those 15 minutes, slowly, I will just bring out questions to make you think. You have 2 full pages. You have front and back. Actually, 3. I gave you 3 full pages before you can actually like turn it to the back if you need to. And then we'll move on to page 12. But for right now, just let your pen flow. Write down everything that comes to mind as to what you want your life to look like. Don't overthink. Don't overcomplicate. Your vision should be multifaceted, messy, all over the map. There are no rules. Whatever comes to your mind, write it down. Are you single or in a relationship? What does that relationship look like? In your family life, what things would you like to do together as a family? What does your relationship look like with your immediate family? When it comes to your friendships, what things would you like to do with your girlfriends? When it comes to your work, what kind of relationships do you have with your work peers, your colleagues, your team? What is the interaction like? How are you leading your team? What kind of a leader are you? In your career, what ambitions do you have? What are you doing? What is that ultimate long-term goal you want to create in your business? How do you define success? Where are you working? How many hours a day are you working? Do you have a team? Do you have a mentor? Who is that mentor? What does your office look like? What does your workspace look like? Do you wish to someday work for yourself? Do you wish to work from home? Are you currently working for an employer? And what change do you want to make? What does that look like? Let's think about mind and body wellness. How do you want to feel? Are you strong? Are you well nourished? Are you well rested? How do you show up in your workouts? What is your relationship with food? How do you show yourself self-love? What self-care practices and routines do you have set out for yourself? Let's think about wealth and abundance. What is your annual income? How much are you saving? How much are you investing? Where and how are you spending your money? Are you saving for your future? What are your short-term and long-term wealth goals? Do you have a luxury lifestyle? Do you live in your dream home? Do you drive your dream car? What is it? Have you saved your goal amount in savings? Your passion and free time. Let's think about that for a minute. What do you do in your free time? Do you volunteer? What type of hobbies do you like to enjoy? Do you travel? Where to? Do you enjoy cooking, socializing, gathering? Do you enjoy walking? Do you enjoy playing a sport on a team? Do you enjoy taking pictures of your family? Would you enjoy taking a class to learn more about photography? What do you want to be recognized for? And what type of a legacy do you want to leave? All right. As we come to a close, we're going to outline our steps and we're going to remove all feelings of overwhelm and doubt from our minds. And on page 12, we are going to outline our steps. And even if the vision seems far away, let's outline the steps that we need to take or things we need to accomplish to make this vision possible. So I'll give you a few minutes to write out some actionable steps to make this happen. Where do you start? I want you to remove all roadblocks. Roadblocks will come our way. There's no way around it, and that's totally okay. This is where true growth will occur. If everything was super easy, would you change anything? Or are you just going through everyday motions without taking action towards your ultimate vision? Turn your focus during these challenges or roadblocks towards your vision and just push past them. Push forward. On page 14, I'll give you a minute to write down roadblocks you think will come your way or are in your way. Let's honor them. Let's write them down. And then we will work to push past them. I'll give you a few minutes to dream big. All right, team. That's a wrap for this Power of Vision workshop. In the last page, page 15, I added some personal development recommendations that help us become the people that we want to be, right? The Miracle Morning is actually one that I'm reading right now currently. I kind of skip from book to book sometimes, depending on what I need so that it serves me. Right now, I'm reading The Morning Miracle. I'm almost done with it. It's very good. It's about the power of how you could accomplish so much in the morning before everyone awakes in your home. And I love how it allows me to equip myself with what I need before I actually start my day and before I contribute to the world. Um, the one from Lewis Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, is about healing. Think Like a Monk, I started as well. Very, very great insights, a lot about meditating and calming. Believe It, I haven't read, but I've heard so many great things about it. Atomic Habits, phenomenal book. Untamed, wow. I felt that one deep, gave me so much different perspective on life. Switch on Your Brain is another one that I've heard is fantastic. Let that shit go as well. 100 Days to Brave made me braver. It made me remove lots of fears from my life. Heart Talk is really just heartfelt insights. Daring Greatly, I mean, the amazing Brene Brown is just any book that you read from her is amazing. I know Stacy right now is reading Dare to Lead. I read that book, and anything from Brene Brown is worth your time. And then the last one is the 5 Minute Journal. And then the last page are podcast recommendations. So if you're out for a walk or you're driving your car, you're doing the chores around the house, working out, or finding yourself time, these are great recommendations. I added some Dave Hollis with Jay Shetty, which is from Think Like a Monk. Rob Dial, which is a phenomenal mentor from the Mindset Mentor. He has a podcast. There's some podcasts here from our very own sister coach, Kim Fitzpatrick, and more so. You could just go on. Lewis Howes is amazing. Robin Sharma is another great one. Trent Shelton, I mean, we've had him on our team calls. John Maxwell, John, the famous motivational speaker that always says, "My name is John and I'm your friend." I've seen him live. Phenomenal motivational speaker. Brooke Castillo from the Life Coach. I'm currently listening to her podcast. Ed Milet, amazing, to another level type of mentor. Rachel Hollis, great motivational speaker, and Brendan Bouchard, who is also an amazing motivational speaker that I've heard many times, along with Mary Forlow, who I was just listening to yesterday. Even Gabby Bernstein wrote a great book about The Universe Has Your Back. So I gave you phenomenal podcast recommendations, all for you to learn and grow. So that brings us to the end of this workshop. I know I felt it deep within my core, my soul, my heart, and I hope that I transmitted that. I hope you felt it too. Use this to go in all areas of your life. And with that, I would love for Stacy to close us out.
I don't know how I can close out with what you just did for us tonight. It's I've known Suzette now for 2 years, and we've been part of team calls. I've seen her lead team calls. And I have to say, this probably tonight was your best call you've ever given. And the reason why is because, in the beginning when we coach, we were scared. We're not sure if we can, do this business. As my computer's dying, let me grab my cord. I don't want this to hang up on me. We're afraid, like, oh, all these, and those are the roadblocks. Those are the roadblocks, my friends, right? And the world is going to, I'm so sorry. The world is going to try to give you what you want, but you're going to think the world is trying to knock you down. That's the problem that people don't get. And I want you guys to understand that the world is giving you the things because it knows you want to break through. So we have to separate ourselves from the pack. When we decided to become a coach, it wasn't to add to the list of, I have so much to do in my life. We must be very clear on that. It's not to add on, oh my God, I have a team call tonight. Oh my God, I have laundry. Oh my God, I have this. It's not to add on to that kind of behavior. I can't tell you how many times that I would work at my hair salon on a Friday before I made my own leap of faith a year ago almost, to a place that did not care for me. And I would work from 10 a.m. on Fridays till 7 o'clock at night. And I was tired. And I had my computer and I started to get real excited. Because when I left that salon close to 8 p.m. at night, my husband knew from 8 to midnight, I was going to Wegmans. This business is not about me having to make the ends meet. It's making everything meet. Do you see the difference? Like, that other mentality depletes you. This business, I run to. I run to it. You are here for a reason. You know why you're running here. And you may go, well, I kind of do. I mean, I'm not really sure. But then you know what you do? You have a feeling. It's called a tingle tug. And whatever gets you giddy to work out, whatever gets you giddy to go like this and drop it on a post, that's your tingle tug. That's the universe saying, I hear you. I see you. I know you want to level up your life. Keep growing within this. Make this this is your tools. This is your driver's seat, right? Oh, I love it. And this is your cheerleader. And there's your cheerleader. Kiki, I swear. This is beautiful. And Kenzie, at the beginning of our call, she drew this bird. And it was very weird and not weird because I feel like she understands this language. But it was so uplifting. And we were playing uplifting music. And she was downstairs. You know what I mean? Like, I want my daughter to fly. I can say 100% that my daughter is flying, and I am damn proud that it's from me. I don't have that hesitation. I never could be proud. You know, like how I just said it. Like, there's no nervousness when I said that. There's no like doubt when I said that. I've had those. But you have to have those to get where you want to go. Do I still have doubts? Of course, I have a beating heart. Do I get let down? Of course, I have a beating heart. Do I feel like I'm not cut out for it? Yes, I have a beating heart. But I show up every day. What we do is to be the best version of ourselves. We share it. We don't try to share it to them because we're trying to prove it to our people. We've done that when we were kids. We were trying to be the cool girl. We were trying to fit in, trying. We're sharing. And the ones that need us are going to be there. We must not let them down. But the most important is you over here, because there's many other of us coming. There's other Hannahs, there's other Melissas, there's other Suzettes. Within each season of life, there's a new version of you that needs you over here. And I'm very, very, very in tune that in order for me to go for the visions that I'm heading to, there's a lot of letting go in 2021. So if I have to go a little reverse to get to the mountaintop, what in the hell is wrong with that? What is wrong with going in reverse? That doesn't mean, let me clarify for my new coaches. That does not mean I'm quitting the business. I'm taking a step back. I'm going to figure it out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, no, these are your therapeutic tools. People will come to you. Don't doubt that. Don't doubt that. Do the work to have the people greet you. That's what you have to focus on. And I'm not going to say the word worry about it. When you're the best version of you, everything changes. One thing I learned as a hairdresser that literally does this business is one thing I did as a hairdresser, and I've said it multiple times. I just show up behind the chair. Every day. I show up behind the chair. How can I help you? What would you like? But in order for me to give them and serve them, I've had to work on that. And I've had letdown, and I've had crying moments, and I've had people tell me they hate me and I'm not a good hairdresser and I suck. And that does make you second guess. But why do I never gave them the power to actually make me quit. I would never give somebody who doesn't know me the power to make me quit. Are you kidding me? Show up behind your chair. Okay. Your chair is different than mine, and it needs to be. We are here to say to you, how do you want to show up behind your chair? And what can we do to keep you showing up behind your chair? Do you know how you do that? You link arms. That's it. And you will, it's so simplistic that we women, because we have the women things, we just like to complicate things. We like to create the drama. Let it go. Let the shit go. But if it comes, use it as a gift, as a beacon of light to remind yourself to come behind your chair. Step behind the chair, walk up to the chair every day. You may not feel great one day. You might feel weak. You still have to come behind the chair. You still have to show. Because you know why? You don't know what's going to happen when you keep showing up behind your chair. Cool stuff happens. Bad stuff happens. But those are our gifts. Those are our lessons. When you start to create an abundant mindset that everything is in your favor, even when you feel like crying, that is a gift. Even when you feel like retreating, that is a gift. It's how you choose to move and play the game within it. This PDF file, if you weren't able to like completely finish it up, I did put it in the comments. We will we'll put it again in our coaching team page, or just kind of maybe we'll put in the announcements so you can see that. So it's just an easy click for you to look at, or the files. We'll figure that. I'm sure Susie already did that, but take the time and put that music on and get out of your way and get behind your chair every day. Like write it down. Like seriously, you don't have to be a hairdresser. Step to the chair every day. It will teach you your greatest lessons, and it will show you that you have it all inside of you. Your job is just to get to it. That's it. Love you guys. This was like literally my leg hair grew back. My arm hair grew back. Yes, I do shave my arms, but I was like, oh my God, like I need this. I need this. And you know what's crazy about our team? There's something crazy about how women, like, you know how some women, like if they're around each other long enough, they actually have their like cycles together, they sync up. If you have been feeling a little down, don't think Susie and I haven't been feeling that way. There's a reason why we pick certain themes. Because we need it too. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Love you, Hannah. Love you, Melissa.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Girls. So I will upload the recording as fast as possible. Hopefully the music will go through. If it doesn't, just listen to my voice and put your own playlist and revisit this call. I'm sure this will probably be my monthly little, like Mel said, spiritual retreat that we could actually do within an hour every single month. Maybe we'll make it a new coffee chat theme.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. And
With
maybe
coffee.
we could do this
With
with coffee and sitting outdoors, and we can kind of collect ourselves and our thoughts and allow
Love it.
ourselves to dream big. All right, ladies, I will let you go because I know it's late. Love you all. I can't wait to see you girls next Wednesday. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.